Hello my friends! Today we are using a bunch of new roads from the latest free update. They are really great, by the way, to connect the area around the car factory better with the rest of the city, as well as building 2 new bridges to connect Stepford to the northern suburbs of its twin city Greenham in Evergreen County.
Okay, let's go.
If you don't mind, I will continue my only vanilla series at the moment with commentary. Many of you always wish that I would explain what I'm building, and that's what I'm doing today. At first we start with the demolition of the huge surface parking lot of the car factory to make room for the new asymmetrical expressway road from the free update. This one has to squeeze in between the car factory and the river. Greta Thunberg will definitely not approve this one, and to replace the significant loss of parking spaces, which would be obviously really dramatic, we are replacing them with a new parking garage, which fits in really well into the whole car factory theme in my opinion. Right next to the road there will also be a power line. Honestly, the power lines in the vanilla game are so unrealistically small. I wish we would get an energy DLC or something like that with new huge power plants, because the vanilla power plants are ridiculously small and ugly. But they are unfortunately the only way to power your city at the moment. So like 90% of the time when I'm building a city, my power generating facilities will end up at the edge of the map, so nobody can see them. But I think for CS1 we won't get an energy DLC or a port DLC. That would also be really nice, where you can build huge container ports, similar for example to the airports DLC. That would be really awesome. But now with CS2 a few months away, I think this won't be the case. Half of the video we use the bulldozer, lol. But sometimes you have new ideas for roads to better connect the city, or you're just not entirely happy anymore with the stuff you built a while ago. Here I want to get rid of the level crossing of the road with the metro tracks, because the new road will be more of a main road than it was the case before. And level crossings are obviously bad for traffic flow and are also really dangerous in real life. There are simply too often really bad accidents, which are most of the time deadly for the person on the road and really mentally demanding for the train operator. With the release of the Sports Venues Content Creator Pack, I went through the whole city and replaced every self-made football field with the new ones. As you may know, I always build them with dirt paths and monorail tracks, for example, as goalposts. It was simply the only possible solution to imitate football fields in the vanilla game. I also want to build a huge football academy to make Evergreen County FC ready to win the Champions League. But this year FC Bayern Munich will win the Champions League, of course. Yeah, I'm basically fan of this club since my childhood, because I'm also from Bavaria, but never ever I was so disappointed like right now from the board of the club. It's just really embarrassing how they sacked Julian Nagelsmann as a coach. I mean, we destroyed Inter, Barca and PSG in the Champions League and conceded 0 goals against these top teams and are only 1 point behind Dortmund in the Bundesliga. But this would be no problem anymore, because the next game is against Dortmund, and in really important games Bayern has always performed this season. So yeah, I'm just sad and disappointed. But yeah, Tuchel knows how to play against Man City and Pep Guardiola, and we will hopefully win and come into the semi-finals in the Champions League. I'm so sorry, I know there are a lot of people who aren't interested in football or soccer for the Americans. But I just had to talk about this because I'm still really mad. Here I built a new bridge to connect the city center of Stepford with the newly constructed roads in this episode. They all meet up on a little plateau next to the train tracks and the river. In this area I will make use of new 4-lane, 2 in each direction highway road. I connect them all up with a roundabout, and as you can see the roundabout is already heavily used. Somehow with the configuration with the 3-lane highway road for the roundabout it was heavily congested. But then I tried it off camera with different numbers of lanes, and did you know what helped? Just one more lane, bro. With the 4-lane highway road the problem was solved in the end. Here I extended the rail line from Stepford main station into the outskirts of the city. The rail tracks will be bridged by a 6-lane road and the reconstructed portion of the highway. I also extended the quay along the cliffside with the poop water shoreline method. Basically, you plop down a lot of sewage pipes, connect them to the sewage network of your city, and like that you will get an artificial shoreline to build quays wherever you want. I made a little video how that exactly works a few months ago. I also moved the highway right next to the quay, and I think behind the highway I create new vineyards. They are already a really dominant feature in the cityscape of Evergreen County. I tell you, building highway interchanges on uneven terrain is really painful. It's already not really easy to build a good looking one on flat terrain, but on hilly terrain it's a lot of trial and error to get all the slopes right. Imagine having network multi-tool in the vanilla game. Everything completed, yeah. But with the vanilla tools you're really close before getting insane. From above it looks really decent, but when you look closer it's like the most bumpiest road ever. I also made heavily use of Teddy Redco's segment manipulation trick. This is honestly the best vanilla hack that was ever discovered. So props to you, Teddy. This road configuration could be a bit overkill. I always tend to overconstruct my road infrastructure, but I kinda like how there are different levels going under and over each other. Yeah, I exactly made that moves with my hands. And I also like these old stone arch bridges from the content creator pack Bridges and Piers, because they also have this kinda odd anarchy. This will also be the fourth and last bridge crossing the river, and stay tuned for the development of this part of the town in one of the next episodes. I have huge plans for that. So this is the last piece of road that has to be connected. I also used a new road for that, the small 4-lane road with the really huge sidewalks. I'm a huge fan of this one. And between the road and the river there will probably be a lot of luxurious houses with a really great view above the river and the skyline of the city. So that was already, or finally, the last part of this episode. Let me know what you think about the new roads and the new road construction you have seen. And also let me know if you like the flying in and flying out of the city. I think you have a really nice overview where we are and where we build right now with that, but maybe you find it unnecessary, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day and bye bye.